Now let's go ahead and continue building the base geometry for our car. Alright, so here we are where we left off, and let's go ahead and where we extruded up our engine, just so we don't forget, go ahead and delete those faces. And you can see what's happened here. As I've extruded those, we now have faces in between, and that's happened because we don't have keep faces together on. So let's go ahead and turn that on. Okay. So if you find that when you go to smooth your geometry and it doesn't look quite right, that could be the culprit. You can see how those vertices are not connected. So what we can do is go to Edit Mesh, Merge. And I'll go ahead and add that to our shelf. Let's go ahead and merge those together. Merge and merge. You can see how those are not merged together. So little troubleshooting things like this are going to be good to know when you're going and doing some polygon modeling. Things like that can happen, and you can very quickly get away from you if you're not aware of what's actually going on. Alright, so been able to clean that up quite a bit. Alright, and you can also come in, and since we're working with this on a, we're going to be mirroring this, you can go ahead and at this point just snap those back to the origin there. So we've got all those points in the center snapped so that we're able to then, when we're ready, go ahead and mirror that over to the other side. Let's go ahead and start to build this front end, and I'm going to add just another edge loop right in here. And let's go ahead and grab these faces. And now what are we going to do? We're going to look and make sure that we've got keep faces together, turned on in this case. Okay, we're going to extrude that out. Let's go straight out and just out to the edge of where we want our front end to be. Alright. Then we can add another edge loop right in here. And then let's go ahead and take this point right here. And we can do this in several ways. We can extrude this and kind of bring this, extrude, extrude, extrude until it get up and over. Or we can use a curve. Let's go ahead and use a curve real quickly and show you how that works. If we go to our side view, go ahead and go to Create, TV Curve Tool, and let's go ahead and draw a quick curve up and over. And we want it to go a little over halfway. Go ahead and shape that curve a little. Alright, we'll go ahead and move it over into position where we want that extrude to be, and then we'll just take this face and select the curve, hit extrude, and now we can select our divisions, and we'll dial that up to maybe something like 3 or 4, maybe 3, and then I'll give you that curve shape. Obviously we need to go in and shape this now, so we can come into our side view and start to just shape this guy up. So we'll make this a little bit thinner. Bring it right around the wheel there. Okay, so again, a lot of shaping is going to be going on here. And you can add extra resolution if you need to. But we'll just kind of create a nice curve around there. We'll bring this shape in, and we'll kind of even that out, bring it across, and let's go ahead and taper this as it comes in as well. So especially from the side here, go ahead and start to taper this in as it comes across, and let's go ahead and pull this in a bit as well. Get a little bit of a nicer shape going on there. Pull this in at the corner. Let's go ahead and pull this corner in as well, just to kind of smooth that out. And again, just kind of do a little bit of shaping here. Alright? So this creates a little bit of a wheel arch or wheel well here with this geometry coming off. And we just need to smooth it out a little bit. Okay, so once we've got that built in there, let's go ahead and work on the back wheel. And let's take our geometry that we have basically right in here. Let's go ahead and kind of push this underneath. Push this under. Let's go ahead and take these, basically these 6 faces here. And we'll look at them from the side and see that they pretty well encompass the wheel. If you want to, you can kind of move this out a little bit so it matches up a little bit better. Let's go ahead and extrude that, and let's just scale it slightly. And now I'm going to take those points and kind of match them up a little bit more with the actual wheel. So we want this to fit fairly tightly around this tire that we've set up. Okay, and assuming that this is going to be, smoothed out, we just want to start to get that shape going in here. All right. So at this point, we can select those faces. Right in there. Okay. I want to go ahead and draw this out. I want to pop this straight down rather than at that corner. So to do that, I'm going to use a split polygon tool, and that's going to be found under Edit Mesh. And again, I'll go ahead and add that to my shelf. And this is going to enable us to just draw out geometry very quickly. So I'll go ahead and draw this out, and I'm just going to stop it right underneath there. I'm going to go ahead and delete that for now. And this car, we're going to be using quads, or 4-sided geometry for the most part, but as this is a hard surface item that's not going to be deforming, and we're going to be smoothing it with polygons, I'm not going to worry too much about having a few triangles in there, and we're going to probably avoid n-gons, but I'm not going to be as strict as I usually am in when I do my own stuff in maintaining 4-sided geometry for this guy. So let's go ahead and pull this out. And now I'm just going to grab these faces, making sure to deselect anything I don't want. And let's go ahead and push those in. And push that all the way inside there. And let's get rid of those faces down on the bottom that we don't want. Okay, and we need to pull this geometry back out of the way of the tire. Now this is the geometry from the bottom here, so we'll go ahead and just select that. Select those vertices, and we just kind of pull them out of the way. Okay, and then we've got these here. And now what we can do is kind of merge those together. So if I select my body here and go to Show, Isolate, Select, this will allow us to very quickly hide everything else. Let's go ahead and hide the grid for now. And now to kind of combine this back together, I'm going to select these vertices right here. Go ahead and merge those. And I'll set my distance up a little bit higher. You want to set your distance so that you basically can encompass the region where your points are selected. So these points are a certain distance apart. If you have your distance when you merge at a lower number than what these are apart, the merge won't happen. So what you need to do is play with that distance so that you get the points merged together that you want, and you're not merging points that you don't want to merge together. So I'm just going to set that to 5. And let's go ahead and set that up in our merge. And I'll grab these two, merge those. And so now you can see that we've got some n-gons there that we need to draw apart. But for now, it's okay that we've just got this this defined. And I'm going to go ahead and take this edge here for now and get rid of it. If you delete this, just using backspace or delete, it's going to leave those vertices there. So let's go ahead and use delete edge vertex, and I'll drop that onto my shelf as well. And it's going to get rid of those vertices as well. And so now we have, if we turn off our isolate select, we have a little bit more of a wheel well built in there for our car. And we can start to work on some of these lines a little bit more. Okay, so we've got the main shapes blocked in. We've worked on some issues that you may encounter when you're extruding and mirroring things. So options to be aware of, just making sure that the points are on the center line and also making sure that your keep faces together is turned on. So now what we can do is work on our lines. We've got those lines defined. We've got kind of 4 main lines that are defining our car that we want to really focus on. And so in the next lesson, let's come in and again continue to refine the shape as we've been doing, but we're going to be concentrating more on getting those lines where we want them and being able to move those along the surface and really getting those crease lines in the right spots. So we'll go ahead and do that in the next lesson.